All the Oloris, all of them put together, they have started working in unity. And their unity is always on Olori Naomi. This is a path where we are still trying to understand why this women's unity always remains on Olori Naomi. Because right now they have chosen to go report Naomi to her spiritual godmothers. Reverend Esther Ajayi and Pastor Funke Adejumo. They have chosen to go report her to two women, and the person they went to first was Reverend Esther Ajayi. And if you know the story and the history between Olori Naomi and these two great women, then you would know that reporting her to them means a lot. Yes, it means so much. And it is something that if you are willing to be on the right track with Olori Naomi, then you should not do it. Yes, but these women have they have decided to hold the bull by its horns by going to go report to these women, because at the end of the day, what would they do again? These women have possibly tried every single thing within their reach to make sure that they get to Olori Naomi. But Naomi lately has made herself quite inaccessible, because the last time she made herself so accessible, she was threatened, she was paid on unnecessary visits that ended like in chaos. A lot of things happened, a lot and a lot of things happened. So right now, Olori Naomi is looking more at the possibility of her being on her lane. Yes, Naomi is looking at that possibility of her being on her lane, not being too involved, but yet these women have dragged her out once again. So, my people, all the Oloris in the palace have taken it upon themselves, as they have convinced themselves that reporting Olori Naomi to her spiritual godmother would make more sense. So, they have reached out to Reverend Esther Ajayi to tell her. And we also heard of how they went ahead to reach out to Reverend Funke Adejumo as well. Now, what are they telling Reverend Esther Ajayi? That Olori Naomi wants them out of the palace despite they are all legally married to the Ooni. And if Olori Naomi succeeds in having them out of the palace, that they are being displaced, because the condition right now states that these women are displaced. Some went to take over Lekki Mansion. Some wanted to take over one or two things, like Ronke badly wanted to take over the business she was handling, but she had no entitlement given to her. That was why she got so furious with the Oni in the palace, because her divorce came with her living with nothing, absolutely nothing. She was just living the same way she came into the palace, except the Oni decides to give her something to take along with. So my people, right now, these women went to elaborate everything. They went to tell Reverend Esther Ajayi every single thing that is worth telling on this matter. They told her all. And Reverend Esther Ajayi, being a very, very considerate person, has given them a listening ear. She has chosen to listen to them. Now, these women are trying to, you know, by all means, they don't want to create chaos again, because what they are doing right now, it seems like they are avoiding that particular chaos. They are avoiding it, because what they are trying to do right now is to reason matters. But the question is, what happens when you people had the opportunity to reason matters? You people behave like you were the ones in control of every single thing, not knowing that tables will turn and another person will be in control. Because right now, they are trying to tell Reverend Esther Ajayi that, see, them leaving the palace is as good as they are going back to their homes. They are not ready for divorce. They are not ready to leave their marriages yet. They are ready to change. Whatsoever happened, it should remain in the past. They should be given a listening ear. But with Naomi not giving them attention on any single thing, has resulted to them not being heard. Because if Naomi says something, they know that they only would hear. So now they want to use Reverend Esther Ajayi to get to Olori in Naomi, obviously, But on a second thought, they have gone there to literally report Olori Naomi to this woman because they have said a lot and a lot of things that would interest you. They have said things like Olori Naomi doesn't want them in the palace simply because she said the last time that she doesn't cherish polygamy. She doesn't want them in the palace simply because she feels they are doing too much by trying to maintain a standard in the palace. And if you want to ask what is a standard in particular, creating news headlines on daily basis, being on the news when you are not supposed to be, a lot of things, my people, a lot of things, lots and lots of things. But as it is right now, we cannot just categorically say whatsoever it is that we want to say. We would wait and see what will happen on this matter, because we all know that Reverend Esther Ajayi is a very, very respectable woman. She's very, very respectable, and she would not just go ahead to comment on this matter because she has been told something. No, she won't. And the same thing with Funke Adejumo. Funke Adejumo is someone who has come a very, very long way with Olori Naomi. Yes, she has. She has come a long, long way with Naomi. And as long as this matter is, Funke remains a vital figure in this matter. So it is quite understandable why they reached out to her. It is quite understandable. So now the last time they started evaluating reasons why Naomi left, and then they got to find out that Reverend Funke Adejumo knew at some point that Naomi was leaving the palace. The Ooni was furious at her. The Ooni was angry. The Ooni was like, how can she know something like this? They were in communication. They were talking. She and the Ooni were talking. They were in constant communication, and she could not tell him that your wife plans on leaving. No, she could not tell him, and then just make everything look like it's okay. The Ooni was furious, but the woman came out to clear the air. She told the Ooni that there are some things that are too personal for her to get herself involved in. If Naomi wants to leave, then it is Naomi's sole decision to leave. She cannot tell Naomi that remain in your marriage because she has been a spiritual advisor over her life for the past years. She said of how she watched Naomi grow into the woman she is today. And if Naomi is making a bad decision, she knows the limits to which you would advise her and stop. She cannot raise a cane at Naomi. She cannot press Naomi against her will. The woman came to clear the air, and all she said was true. It was nothing but the truth. But my people, as it is right now, taking every single thing to go report Naomi to these two women has not really, really made sense over time. Yes, it haven't. But well, let's see how the matter progresses, because what they are doing now is indeed a wise step. They have taken a very, very wise step. But let's see how this wise step gets to favor them. Because these two women, Reverend Funke Adejimo and Reverend Esther Ajayi, are women that Naomi listens to. And if they call on her, we know Naomi will hear them out.